All right, peoples. It is your boy, the co-host of ScramPunks, with another episode number 13, and we got a star-studded cast today. There's going to be some shit happening today. But before we get into the star-studded guests, first and foremost, let me get to my other co-host. Let me start off with introducing my man, who's filming Spider-Man dribbling down Detroit Avenue. My man, Dirt Riggedy. What's going on, Dirt?
Co-host. What is going on? God damn! I'm sorry.
Started. You done already threw a chair. Already hit Hulk in the back of the head with the chair. Goddamn. For me. Of course, the one, the only, and he didn't use Microsoft Edge today.
Yeah, you got that right. I'm a Storm boy now. How's everybody doing? Can't wait to talk about the games today.
All right, now we're going to get to the star-studded cast. We got more coming. We even got some at the barbershop because they got to get lined up every 5 minutes. They like that. But we got first, the creator of one of the funniest podcasts out there, my favorite podcast right now, because it's all about one guy and his dumbassedness. He's such a dumbass. He's probably looking to be on the podcast right now and don't know where the hell to go. Which
is a true statement.
Yeah. But the creator of the hit sensation, Mr. Parker's a dumbass. My man, the real Maslin. What's going on, man?
What's poppin', Pimp? What up, ScramPunks? Look, okay, I didn't create Parker. Parker created himself in a stupid package, okay? It's not my fault. All I did was give it to the world. That's all I did, okay? I was just out here. Right, I just gave him a platform to be Parker, which is dumb as shit. But, you know, whatever. We all have our vices and things we're not good at. His is, you know, making sense. But that's my bro. I love him. He triple B. Still love him. He just dumb as hell.
As soon as he finds that link.
Oh, my God. You know he coming in here going to look. All right. So let me ask you a question, Parker. Like I died of old age at least twice by now. Like, goddamn, Parker.
And we got my man. We were worried. We thought maybe he was like, you know, he disappeared because he was trying to be the first one to get a PlayStation Mini. But we got my man. You know him as the crazy ass J-Wags 412. What's going on, bro?
Not too much, man. Thanks for that intro. What's going on, boys? J-Wags 412. Yeah, I've been gone for a minute, man. Just enjoying the summer, playing on some backlogs. Hang out with my son, you know, take a little break from this console war shit and all this video game shit. It gets exhausting after a while, man, but I'm glad to be here. Thanks for having me on.
All right. So while I'm trying to post this out to everybody, because this is going to be a big time show. This is going to be the real deal Holyfield. While I'm trying to do that, I need everybody to do me a favor. Tell me how your gaming weeks were. You know what I'm saying? Tell me what's going on, what's been going down. But before we get into that, I want to give a special shout out to a viewer of ours. His ass should be in bed, but that's okay. I'm gonna let him slide to my son, Wise Gaming 2K. So what's up, Wise? How you doing, man? Get off that goddamn Fortnite. Okay, so go ahead. If everybody can give me from whatever order, just let the people know what your gaming week's been. You know what you've been getting into. Just let us know how that's been going.
Why is that a question?
your gaming week, because the people want to know what you know. This. Hey, look, J-Wags, you're part of this. Is this the millennial group? You're part of this millennial group where they want to know everything is going on with you. They want to know what you put on your sandwiches, olives, pimento, you know, whatever. You know what I mean? So they want to know what J-Wags is playing.
I'm still playing Spider-Man, bro.
Spider-Man? Okay.
Still playing Spider-Man.
All right. Who's next? Who's willing to give up the goods?
I'm playing Destiny.
Okay.
Woo! That's pretty much it. I've been playing Destiny too. I can't really say that I've been doing anything else other than playing Destiny. I played Spider-Man, but I beat Spider-Man. So
okay.
That was all right. It was okay. It wasn't the greatest game I've ever played. It wasn't the worst. Damn. It was like somewhere in the middle. You know.
Is there anything else other than Destiny?
No, not really. Not right now. Not right now. Just keeping it a buck. They did their thing. Destiny
Yeah, they did.
and Bungie still ain't shit.
It only cost you like $120.
Not if you're cheap like me.
I buy everything. That's just who I am.
I like how you said they still ain't shit though. Like you
they ain't shit. I know. I wholeheartedly know this. But I got like 1,000 hours in this goddamn game. That shit ain't gonna change just because Bungie ain't worth it.
No, I always got money like you.
$1,000. What did you say?
1,000 hours. I got 1,000 hours. Dollars, hell no.
He made $1,000 too.
You see his goddamn test, man.
I got Star Citizen. I got a ship. I ain't paying $1,000 for that shit. There's no way in hell I'm paying $1,000 for Destiny. I can't even see the inside of my ship in Destiny.
Look,
it's coming. That's coming.
Master Lin is the adult black Richie Rich. He paid $1,000 for a special version of Destiny and shit.
Super.
He's talking about Bungie themselves.
You get to play as Dead Cade. That's
that Nunu, I need to know.
All right. So and I just leave Dirt, what's been going on?
Yeah, man. I've been playing that Spider-Man.
Man,
I haven't finished it yet. Spider-Man.
Netflix, bro. Don't lie.
How you say what?
Every time I see you on Xbox, you're on Netflix.
Oh damn!
Man, you'll never see me on Netflix. You might see me.
Don't play no games.
Oh, man,
I'm sorry. I ain't talking during the minute, man. I got fuck with him. I'm sorry, Dirk. Go ahead.
I've been of course, like I said last week, I'm a brother, so of course I'm playing that 2K.
Yeah. The watermelon thing.
Yeah. I've been playing 2K, eating watermelon with the chicken control.
I'm gonna buy NHL tomorrow. Anybody rocking NHL? No.
Oh man,
it's a black guy on the cover. That's all I know.
Am I the only white guy here? No.
There's I don't know. Maybe
well, you kind of white. You kind of white. You ain't all the way white.
Kid Smooth might be there with you, man. I don't know.
I've been playing that Tomb Raider also, man. So far, so good.
Yeah, I'm curious about that. I haven't
so far, so good, man. So far, so good.
So, speaking of, all right. So here goes my game in a week. Nothing. Okay. I know I've been doing some tests of streams, Steam Link, where it allows you to play your PC games on different devices, even your Fire TV. That shit's fire, man. I've been playing Metro a little bit of Metro last night, and playing some Space Hulk Deathwing on my goddamn Fire Stick. That's the shit.
Hold up. You playing Metro on your Fire Stick?
Yes, sir.
What controller are you using?
I'm using a Bluetooth controller, an iPega Bluetooth controller, my brother. Yeah, man. It's crazy, man.
It's good. Like it don't lag or anything. Like input lag.
I'm not a frames per second expert. I'm not a technical.
I ain't talking about FPS. I'm talking about like from the time you're.
No lag, man. And it's 1080p. If you're doing it on a Fire TV, not the Fire Stick. You're doing it on a Fire TV. It's 1080p, bro.
Yeah. I got Fire Stick. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Try it out. It's an interesting way to do it. Of course, and with the Fire TV and the Fire Stick being wireless. It was interesting how smooth it was, but it's all within your house. You know what I'm saying? So I've been trying a little bit of that. I did play like 45 minutes of Spider-Man. I did put that on YouTube. Y'all saw me get my ass whooped.
45 minutes. That's it.
That's it. That's all I could get in, man.
You trashed everything.
I was waiting.
Have you beaten God of War yet?
The hell no, man.
God damn.
Come on.
This is where
You gotta beat God of War, man. Come on, man.
My problem is I got the RPG-itis where every time there's a new cavern or crevice somewhere, I gotta go journey and look at it and shit, and it ain't even worth me.
Do you own a PS4 thing?
Yeah, I got one now. Yep.
Own? What is own? What is this own thing?
No, I own it.
I own it. You finished your payments?
Yeah, no, the payments finished me. My wife looked at a credit card statement. Like, what the fuck is this?
He paid $900 for a PS4.
Right, for a PS4.
Vanilla PS4. Not even a Pro.
Not even a Slim.
Yeah.
I was a Slim?
They were beating me in the head with a cash register.
Go ahead, Derek. 10 years.
Before we get started on these topics, but yeah, that's been my game of the week. Before we get started on these topics, my homie, Mr. Righteous Fish said, what's good? And Top Dog, this mug, man, this is the craziest dude on Twitter, man. Top Dog says MM2K is a cheap ass ninja. That's right.
This is a true statement. Him and P-Rock compete all the time. For the cheapest dude I know.
Hold on. I just went through the stream here, and you got everybody's names: TRS, Gregory, M2K, Killer Hill, and the Yapper.
Oh no, that's the Yapper's the person that's talking right now. So when you talk, you'll probably that was me trying to be cute with the design.
Right.
You know, I'm broke, so even my thoughts are broke. I'm not that creative. All right, peoples, let's do this. Let's get into these topics, man. We're gonna start off a little bit because we know we still got some people that usually scramble in around 10 o'clock. So let me just start with a couple of lightweights. PUBG coming to the PlayStation 4. Now, courtesy of PlayStation Bros, they are celebrating this. They're jumping out the window, and they're like, and this is actually from the site, PlayStationBros.com. They said, please act surprised by this news, bruh. You might have noticed that PlayStation 4 Pro hanging at Bluehole Studio during a recent Xbox video regarding PUBG. Now, that was embarrassing. On the Xbox One. So this shouldn't be shocking news. The Korean ratings board has rated PUBG for the PlayStation 4. So have you been jealous that your Xbox amigos have been enjoying this exclusive? You can now rest easy knowing it'll be gracing the PlayStation 4. So I'm going to hit the PUBG fan himself, Jay Wags.
Yeah, ain't nobody excited about that shit, bro. they're more excited about the fact that they can brag that game is coming to, is not staying on Xbox now. That's what they're happy about. But no one wants to play that shit. I heard no PlayStation guys say, "Oh, I can't wait to play PUBG. I wish I had that game on my console." Nobody.
You lie.
Nobody, bro.
Nah, they was talking about how they loved H1Z1 and how much better it was than PUBG. I remember that garbage.
H1Z1 runs better, but it's still trash to me.
Trash. It's super trash.
It ran better for sure, though. But
yeah, everything runs better than PUBG.
It didn't look better than PUBG. And that's saying something, in my opinion, anyway. I thought PUBG looked better than H1Z1.
Holy shit, really?
That's a true statement.
Yeah.
And it looks like garbage too. PUBG, it looks like trash on consoles. It runs like trash on consoles.
See, I've never played it on PC though. I'm curious. I never tried it on PC. PUBG.
See, Wags, I tried to gift you that shit. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't want to do it, man.
And Wise Gaming 2K, he's happy that you didn't take your gift because you took that shit.
I didn't want you to waste your money, man.
I got some V-Bucks off of Steam.
I'd have played it for 2 minutes and logged off forever.
He said forever. Before I get into my opinion, what are your thoughts on that, Dirt?
I mean, it's really not a surprise, but kind of like Wag said, yeah. Who gives a shit at this point? Really, because that Call of Duty, like from what I'm hearing, that Call of Duty Blackout mode is going to be the shit.
Now, that's a good topic. Yeah. So I didn't
get a chance to play it, but that's what I heard.
I know I'm 87 years old. I brush my teeth with Effordent, and I don't wear underwear. I just wear Depend, and I don't even wear pants too sometimes and shit. But with that being said, I'm not a big Call of Duty fan. The modern version, I like the Call of Duty and Call of Duty 2 that was made back in 1860s. But with that being said, this new Call of Duty, this Battle Royale mode is getting a lot of buzz.
Yeah, it is.
We'll start with TRS because I know TRS ain't tell you. Yo, big up to Cyrus Burke in the chat. TRS, have you heard the good stuff that I'm hearing about this Battle Royale mode? What do you think? The world wants to know what TRS thinks about Battle Royale.
The world already knows that I don't deal with any of those kind of shooters or anything like that. I've never liked Call of Duty. Never got into shooters or anything. I was pure RPG at one time. The only reason why I got into any kind of shooters is because of Destiny.
Okay.
Destiny.
That's it. That's because it has the RPG elements that got my attention. So that's why I got into it. So other than that, I've never been a Call of Duty fan ever.
Well, let me throw this out to the panel then. So for everybody's, I'm pretty sure everyone else has heard the buzz of this Call of Duty mode. Who's played it, and of who's played it, what do you think about it?
I haven't played it.
I've played it. It runs better than PUBG, and it looks better than PUBG. Like it basically, like, you know, Call of Duty did what Sony does, which is steal everybody's ideas and then make them better. And Call of Duty did that 100%, like unequivocally. They stole PUBG and put a Call of Duty stamp on it.
I got a question for you guys. A question for you. Since you played it, how is the health system? Is it like a regular game? Is it like where you die like instantly?
No, that's the one part. That shit, that needs to be fixed. Like, the time to kill is decades. That shit is for fucking ever. Like, it is MM2K. Like, like I got arthritis in my hands just trying to kill somebody. Like, that shit is ridiculous.
Yeah,
the Almighty. Go ahead. I'm telling you.
I'll say I think Dirt and M2K are the same age.
100.
I think I'm older.
We know this.
Yeah, I'm older.
Yeah, about like 2 years.
Yeah, Dirt is Dirt is 150. I'm 148.
Dirt's like 54 years old, bro.
54.
154.
We be hitting that Abraham age and shit.
Well, yeah, that 100% needs to be fixed. The time to kill, like, especially for it to be Call of Duty, and the time to kill to be 3 years. Like, I don't. Like, you know,
does it have a lot of armor and stuff? Like, you pick up armor and stuff like PUBG?
Yeah, but the difference is in PUBG, you pick up armor, you can still die. Like, you get shot, you know, a couple times from something strong, you'll still die. You pick up armor in blackout mode? Shit. Kill me if you can. Like,
oh, what's up, my man? Noah, the troublemaker of all troublemakers, Noah.
What's up, brother?
What's going on, bro? How's it going?
It's good, man. Loving life, living it. You know it.
So we're gonna let you jip. Oh no, everybody got their 2 cents. And would you play that new blackout mode on Call of Duty, bro?
I did, man. I did.
What was your thoughts?
I was a little mad, though. I tried to join some friends, and you couldn't like play with other people, so I had to do my thing solo with a bunch of randoms. But I like it, man, for the most part. Especially when you got the helicopter. I mean, you kind of feel invincible when you're in the air, and you can just kind of hover over the map until the circle closes in.
Oh, I did see that. Now, you know, Mass is just a hater, so he was just talking a bunch of shit on it, man. You know what I'm saying? And he said that all it is someone stole PUBG and just spit polished it.
I ain't gonna lie. Hey, they use premium spit because I like it. I like it.
No, that's what's up. So yeah, again, the reason why I brought that up, we even got on that subject was again because PUBG's coming to PlayStation, which is it a shock to anybody? I didn't hit dirt. That's not a shock. Well, so what? And before we change subjects, because we pretty much got everybody here with the exception of possibly 2 people. What are you guys' thoughts on this whole preview program with Microsoft? And the fact that you know the line, Microsoft ain't got no games, which it translates into Microsoft is lacking in exclusives. So what are you guys' thoughts about them doing this preview program to try out this game, but it ultimately goes across the board for PlayStation? You think it's a good thing because at least before anybody else gets to try it, the Xbox people get to try it, or you think it's a bad thing because they don't get to hold on to it? Who wants to jump on?
All the Xbox people get to pay to try it.
Yeah,
pay to test it out.
Pay to test it. Yeah.
Fuck. No, I don't think it's good.
Okay. Anybody else with any other thoughts on that?
In theory, it's good, man. But I mean, it's been lackluster titles in Xbox preview. Yeah. Man, I realized I didn't like We Happy Few when I played the trial and preview. So I'm glad I got the opportunity a year ago to realize I didn't like the game. Yeah, it was the We Happy Few was in preview.
Yeah.
See, I don't mind preview, man, but it should be nowhere near a $30, $40 price tag. Like that DayZ, that shit's still in game preview.
A lot of these games. a lot of the game preview games, you get like a free trial for the I think the first couple hours.
I seen like DayZ was like 1 hour, but that's not enough time in that kind of game to really determine how you're gonna like. I guess you could kind of give a general estimate how you're gonna like it, but nah, bro, not $40.
Yeah,
and DayZ's been in preview for what since like 2013.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's positives and negatives. There's some positives to it because like a game like We Happy Few, that was a game that they changed around. Yeah. I didn't really care for the final game. I tried to get into it, but I couldn't get into it. But they changed some things on the game because of the feedback from the like the people that bought the preview, and they changed some things about the survival aspect of it. And I don't know, there's some positive and negatives, but of course the negative is, like Wag said, you're paying $30, $40 for a game, and it's not finished. Buggy, glitchy, whatever, just not a finished game. So it's positive.
I don't mind paying a fee, man. I don't mind paying like, you charge $5, $10, $15, whatever, support the process of the game, but fuck, man, like $30, $40, $50.
Yeah.
And nowhere near being done yet.
Now let's be real. If it was more if it was better titles in game preview, like if I could have bought like Spider-Man for $30 in game preview,
I wouldn't want to do that.
You got high hopes.
You buy that preview?
I wouldn't play it until it's final, but I got it for $30.
Right. That's true.
Yeah. He's buying in advance, but like they have a disclaimer, like this could or could not release as a full product. So fuck you. Like
that's what I'm saying. In theory, it's a good idea. The execution is horrible. Execution is horrible. But
what are your thoughts, TRS? Would you think this is a good thing to have game preview available on Microsoft, regardless if it stays exclusive or not?
I think game preview is a good thing. Me personally, I wouldn't do it, but I mean, if I was the kind of person that was into it, maybe they might enjoy it. It kind of reminds me of them just upping the price for demos. You know what I mean? It's like paying regular game money for a demo.
Basically what it is.
Yeah, so I can't. I wouldn't do it myself, but I'm sure there's people with lots of money that pay $1,000 for Destiny DLCs. They might want to. They might want to. They don't want to be like me and have and avoid all the different prices until the system itself starts saying, "Oh, okay, so here, how about for $39.99?" And then I'm like, "Okay, all right, I'm straight. They want to play the whole meal deal. Maybe it'll give you guys some different packages and stuff with that demo. You like packages?
Yeah, probably. You say maybe, and then you don't get the damn thing extra. What are your thoughts, Mass? What do you think about the whole game preview?
It's all right. There's a lot of dope games that's come out of game preview. There's a lot of shitty games that came out of game preview. And I'm just talking about from the PC side. I don't give a fuck about the pleb shit.
I was going to ask you to name them, but I don't know any.
Right. There's so to me, it's one of those things. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. And I understand why. It's just I'm all about options. And it's just an option. Yeah. If it was forced, I'd be like, fuck you. But it's an option.
Bro, my first true experience with that game preview was PUBG. And I was just like godsmacked. Like, how the fuck is this available to the public?
Yeah, I remember.
He said, I remember.
You were not on that.
Dude, it ran horrible, dude. Like that opening lobby, you first come in like some N64 shit. I'm like, this is
constant crashing. This shit was terrible.
Yeah,
it is much better now. Obviously, it's much better now, but it's still
I haven't played it since the quotation mark full release.
Oh yeah, it's actually decent now, but of course, it's still not smooth.
Man, after playing Blackout,
that game's trash, bro. That game's trash.
Blackout I don't even want to touch PUBG anymore.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
PUBG is trash. I hope that shit dies.
Hey, remember back when? And I'll give my 2 cents after this. But remember back when PUBG first came out in game preview, and we were like, "Yo, if Microsoft don't buy Bluehole, this is the dumbest fucking thing they gonna do."
Thank God they didn't.
If they would have bought them, how would that look right now? Just to
terrible.
Oh, horrible.
Terrible. Thank God they didn't buy them.
everybody knows how I feel about Phil, but I think that's where Phil probably make the smarter decision.
No, like they know that game was shit, bro. Like you remember Larry Herb's little trip to Blue Hole and shit.
Oh,
We had a bumpy road. Like, oh yeah. we had some trips and falls, but like, oh fuck.
Yeah, come on, man. Yeah, but you caught yourself with the white gloves on. Are we gonna get another? Are we gonna get another J-Wags? Hold that L for Xbox.
Yeah, there's so many things, man. But I just been busy. I was gonna do one for the latest one, but them gloves killed me, man.
Gloves.
He said, this is the quote. I had to put on the gloves for this. This is a McLaren. I had to put on the gloves for this. I'm like, oh, this fucking.
I think he got to be trolling now, right?
I don't know. He might be.
He knows that people hate that shit. He knows it with all of his soul. He just don't give a damn. Like,
that dude is corny.
Hey,
he's 157,000 years old in gaming years, and nobody cares about his existence as a gaming personality, quote unquote.
Yeah, he's a hang it up, bro.
He just the old dude in the club that's like, "Hey, girl, come here, let me holler at you.
Oh, damn.
I can change your life, shawty." Like he's that dude.
Dude, he said something.
He
said something. He said something that day. He was like, he either said lit or something else. I went, no,
please stop. But did they say that Larry Herb is what is he 36 and shit? He just got
36,000
times 3.
36 in dog years.
They say you age faster when you don't have any exclusive.
Oh shit! Oh, he got dirt trigger now, man. Don't do that.
Hey, where dumbass at, man?
I don't know, man. He can't. He clicking on the wrong link. He's clicking on the link to his SSI payments and shit. That's what he's doing.
Damn. Y'all go for the throat in here.
Hey, dude, have you not seen? Have you not seen an episode of Mr. Parker's a Dumbass?
I've watched one.
Oh man,
Hilarious, man.
Wags, you act like you ain't been a bully. Like you don't know how we get down.
Oh yeah, I know. Multiplayer's fucking ruthless. I know. You guys be going to each other's personal shit there. Feelings get hurt in there. Mass don't give a fuck, man.
Look, you know this. I go at everybody's throat and then play games right after.
Right after. He's like, I'm sorry.
Multiplayer. What the fuck is up, multiplayer? Now it's a bunch of ponies. Occasionally, post up or show up, master show up, and MM2K. It depends on how he feel that day.
No, he sent a link. He sent a link to all of us. It just depends on who can show up. I go in there 100% for fuckery. That's it. I don't. Xbox ain't shit.
I used to love about
this all the time.
Xbox.
Any platform can get it.
Right. Xbox ain't shit. I say this all the time. But it be the majority of ponies in there. So I'm gonna come at all of them simultaneously. Beat me, bitch. That's how I feel.
It was some shit today though, man. Like they were trying to damage control that mini console shit.
Oh, you know it. It's like, no, it's not that we don't like backward compatibility. Right. It's that we don't like that it's the only thing. Or
like, oh, shit.
You go to exhibit A through C where you was like, backward compatibility ain't shit. Ain't nobody playing old games. Yep. Pepper Farm remembers. And the internet never forgets.
Taking shots.
Exactly.
Hey,
I know, right? I was so proud of Xbox.
Right.
I was so proud of Xbox.
Is it true it doesn't come with a plug?
It doesn't come with a cord? Yeah.
It doesn't come with an AC. It comes with a USB cord, I think, or some shit.
Yeah.
But who the fuck wants that? Like, why can't? It's $100, dude. It's $100.
It's $100.
Give me a goddamn power cord.
With 20 games.
20 games.
20 games.
Wired controllers?
Older than most of the kids playing PS4 right now.
Wired. That's a safety hazard.
And the proprietary. It'd be cool, like, because I got a bunch of PS1 controllers, like the original ones. I can't use them on that. Same with like the SNES shit, NES shit. Same way, proprietary to that. And there's no fucking analog sticks, so the selection of the games is limited.
It's just not D-pad.
I didn't even realize that shit.
So
yeah, it's just the D-pad.
So not the DualShock. It's the original PS1 controllers.
God, bro.
What you think the loading times are like on the?
It's probably quick.
It's probably quick, yeah. It's newer. It's emulated.
Like, right, because you can the load times on the emulator are instant. So that's all this shit is. An emulator box. This shit is a Raspberry Pi.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Hey, so now backwards compatibility is cool again, huh?
No, that's not.
Just like when PS5 come out and you can play your PS4 games, all that shit is gonna be acceptable again. You gotta wait till Sony does it. Otherwise,
right.
I love the PS1, man. I have one here who's on my TV now, but I'm not paying for that shit, man. $100 for 20. You can go fuck yourself with that, man. I'm not. And why did they announce 5 games, not what else is coming?
because
I don't think they know yet.
Because the rest ain't coming.
They need to put triple play 99 on their NFL game day.
There's so many games. There should have been
Cypher filter.
I could just if this was 40, if this was 40 or more games, I could justify it. Honestly,
Right.
50 games would be. I'm like, yeah, $100. Okay, cool. $2 a game, cool. But 20 games, fuck you.
Here's the problem that I have with it is that it's not. And I dropped a video on this earlier. I was trying to be nice.
Hey, your problem with it is a PlayStation.
No, come on, no, man. I've been playing God of War for the last decade, man. Come on, man. I love it.
I can't believe you ain't beat God of War, man. Like Zaire beat God of War, bro.
Right.
I know.
If he don't be shit.
Hey, my still fighting the stranger.
First time.
I'm still on that first cutscene and shit.
Yeah, post a screenshot
on the first
Twitter.
fastball.
Man, this is beautiful.
Hey man, I'll tell you though, I could not put God of War down, dude. I remember because me and Wax was kind of going like back and forth, man. I beat that game in like 2.5 days. That shit was phenomenal.
Oh yeah, that's what I was supposed to.
I couldn't put it down.
I called off work the next day, and they're all mad. Like, oh, fuck you.
It's a downside to that too, man. As great as the game was, once you complete it,
yeah, that's it. Yeah.
like I really want DLC for the game.
I do not have the desire to go back. You're right about that.
I felt empty inside. Yeah, when that game.
Yeah.
I want to fight Thor. I want to fight Odin. Like,
right, that's right. They don't
some DLC.
I got a good question for you guys, real quick. Sorry, Moss.
No, sorry, man.
It's a different question, man. But like, this is what I've heard around the community. People were saying, like, what's better, or what's better for game of the year? Like, what's a better game, God of War or Spider-Man? I said easily God of War.
Easily.
God of War.
1,000%.
God of War.
That ain't even a real question.
No hesitation.
Spider-Man's a good game. But
God of War kills it. Yeah,
Spider-Man's good, but you know what? I haven't played Spider-Man in 2 days. I mean, well,
it's definitely the best Spider-Man game ever made, man. But it's still, I was telling you guys before this podcast started, like it's lacking a lot, though. A lot of bosses I would love to see. There's a lot of small things I have problems with. But we'll get into that later. But yeah, I agree with Matt though. Like it's a good game, but it's not like perfect. You know, it's not like
it played like the old Spider-Man games, just. It's just got that next gen pop.
Like I said, as far as like the web swing and all that shit, it's fantastic. But my problem is like the story was way too quick, in my opinion. I mean, I know I played it right through, but this wasn't that much there.
Well, Jay Wags, I haven't beat the story yet. I'm hunting backpack.
Okay. I want
all the backpacks, man.
I did the backpacks in like 20 minutes. Like,
I did all the backpacks.
I did all the backpacks. I got all the pictures, all that bullshit.
Everybody can't play in their office at work.
That's another.
That's true.
Somebody walk through Master's door. You're fired. Get the fuck out of here.
You're fired, damn it.
It's 100% happened. But
Jay got him.
Hey y'all, what's up?
What's up?
What's up? The half pony, half the 10 guard. What's going on?
Hey man, no, hey, shout out to Neff, man. He told me I had to pick a side, man. You know.
Oh, so what side you picking, bro?
Hey, you already know. Pony up, baby. Pony up.
Oh shit.
Pony up, baby.
Ejectocito cut. No, I'm just joking.
Hey, Jay said he ordered 4 of them PlayStation Minis.
Oh, did he? Oh shit.
Hell no, shit.
I hope you got 4 plugs for
Jay.
because they all come with the plug.
What up? I know you. What's up, man? What's up, Jay?
Hey, Jay said he gonna plug in the Game Shark. They gonna make gaming great again.
No, this could have been something great, man. Honestly, like this honestly could have been like a game that could, like, you know how they announced that Sega classic game is like, was it like 30 games for like $30, something like that. It could be something like that, just like a game they released on disc and on PSN Network for like, hey, here's 20 games for $20, $30. It could have been. I'd rather them do it like just put on the PS4, man. I'll pay $4 or $5 a game if I put it because I want.
Sony didn't want $5. They didn't want $5 of your money. They wanted $99.
They want 100.
They wanted that overcost.
I need 100.
That's why you ain't getting no goddamn plug.
I need 100.
Hey, that shit too much, and it's only 20. It's only 20 games. That's not.
You don't even know what the other 16 are.
Oh, you don't even know what they are. Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you what happened. This what happened. The PlayStation community, they keep letting them get away with shit. Like Microsoft has to fix shit because the Xbox, even the ones that's kind of hardcore, still say Microsoft, stop fucking up. Like, hey, we need games, but I still love my Xbox. Like they make statements like that. Hey, we need to do this. We need to do that.
That's dirt.
PlayStation fucking community refuses to say that shit. Like, yeah, it's okay to say, no, give me my fucking crossplay, cross progression. Stop holding my damn account hostage. It's okay to say that shit and still play fucking Spider-Man.
Yeah, you ain't gonna dissolve like Spider-Man in the Infinity War, man. You'll be okay.
I know you still feel good, Mr. Stark. Calm your ass down. Damn, say it wrong. Call the shit out.
And I'm not trying to look. I get it. I'm not, and this is I'm not attacking PlayStation people at all. I'm just saying. I mean, the proof is.
Fuck yeah.
The proof is in the pudding. Last generation, Sony hit you with a $600 console, right? That they had the ugliest user interface. It took you 9.5 days to play the games because you had to wait for them to install. All that shit. And at the height of the gap was only 7 million between that and the 360. Now, y'all can say what y'all want about Xbox. Yes, they're on Xbox. They're going to say the Kraken is coming and the future DLC. They'll say that. They'll say the body's coming in the future DLC. With that being said, the numbers don't lie. There's only about 30, 35 million, maybe 40 of those motherfuckers out here, opposed to 80 million, close to 80 million PlayStation 4s. The Xbox community has spoken with their wallets. And it's time for the Sony community, I think, to do the same thing. Don't just clap because you're number one. Sometimes number one isn't everything. This is supposed to be a field where we're being innovative. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to push push technology forward. And they're not doing it with this dumb this PlayStation Mini. Come on, man. Jim Ryan himself, and big ups to Godfrey, aka Danny Pena from Gamertag Radio. That's what makes this PS1 Mini thing so crazy to me. That Jim Ryan not too long ago said backwards compatible games. I was at a show where I looked at the PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 games. Those things look ugly. And now because they see Nintendo making money, now all of a sudden that don't mean anything. Like, come on, PlayStation community, come on, man, stop.
I've always said that Sony, I love them, but they are like the Soldier Boy of gaming. They kind of see what the other companies are doing, and then they kind of bite off of it. I'm dead ass.
Hey, Jay would say Soldier Boy because he don't know no real rappers.
Oh, shit. Hey, man, we ain't doing that. This is the gaming segment.
Hip hop horrible.
Hey, no, but that's horrible. Real talk though. They like to bite off of other companies, or try to do it better if they can.
Yep.
Which I don't think is not wrong with that, but I don't know.
They all borrow from each other. You know?
Yeah, but I think they bite more than innovate, in my opinion. As far
1,000%.
Oh yeah.
1,000%. But again, like I said, when they do it, all of a sudden it's the greatest thing in the world to the PlayStation community, and they big it up like Sony made it. Sony did this.
Hey.
Look at what Sony did. They're the greatest ever. Like, well, Xbox or Nintendo did that shit 15 years ago, and you like
it reminds me of iPhone too. The same thing applies to Apple. Like Android phones had
wireless charging, fingerprint charging.
But now Apple want to charge you $1,200 for it. Oh, it's the greatest.
This is the best thing about the Apple versus Samsung thing. Like, remember that like the Galaxy Note. Oh, look at that big ass phone. Who want that big ass phone? And so the 6 Plus come out. Oh, this phone is off the hook. Come on, man. Y'all was talking about that same shit.
There's spin meisters everywhere, and that's what this is. It's like the diehard PlayStation community has become a bunch of spin meisters. And look, even at the height of the 360, I prefer the Xbox family. Okay. But you know what I'm saying? Even at the height of the 360's popularity, when they started doing that Connect shit, I was hammering them. Ooh. I was hammering them, bro. I'm like, what is y'all doing? They was pulling in major talent and having them work on Connect shit.
That's that Donnie D era, man.
Well,
that's our love.
Yeah. I mean, no doubt. And then they brought in Phil Harrison, which to me was the dumbest thing ever. Why would you bring in the guy that was the mastermind of the PlayStation 3? Right. And you see what he did with the Xbox and the Connect? It was stupid.
Yeah.
But
I don't get it.
But we were like, what's going on? And then what happened is when PlayStation dropped the PlayStation 4 and the specs of it, and then the 1080p makes you a better gamer.
It was over.
They jumped shit, man.
Man, it's like Microsoft just tried to lose. Like,
hey, that's what it almost seemed like, right?
Like they had it in the bag. All they had to do was announce a more powerful console and just do everything that the 360 did, but better. That's it. That's all. You could have dropped the mic, but
hey,
some genius.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Some genius. Hey, we don't need all that power.
Yeah.
let's put a camera in there.
Yeah.
TV. Hey,
that's what I said. And success mimics each other, and that's why I tried to tell the PlayStation brass too. Like, don't think that if Microsoft starts tapping into phones, tablets, and so forth, that Sony's not. No, Sony is just going to drop the AAA games. No, they are on the market. So if their competitor on the market is making 100 times what you're making, it don't matter if they're making 17 billion still a year. If Microsoft is making 100 billion off the gaming, the market is going to look at them and say, in comparison to your competitors, you're underwater. And their stock is going to start to go down, so they're going to be forced. It has nothing to do with us. What we think, we may prefer the AAA stuff.
Hey,
I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna tell you where Sony has an advantage, though. Sony has first-party studios. They have like great development studios, but they also have a great relationship with other studios. It's like it's challenging for Microsoft to games from studios unless they're paying big bucks. But Sony's already built that rapport because they've been in the game since, what, 95?
I'm going to say this real quick. I'm going to throw this out to the panel, and I want to get everybody start with DRM. Okay, so if y'all remember your boy David Jaffe, what was he, the original God of War creator or something?
And like Twisted Metal.
Okay, your boy MM2K had a couple of words with him online. You know what I'm saying? I didn't mean anything by it. David, you cool with me? He was just on his bullshit. But anyway, but he said something that I think was spot on. He said, besides everyone clapping like baby seals because Microsoft got 5 studios, what Microsoft needs to understand is they need to have people that can manage these studios. And that's what Sony does real great is regardless of what you think about their output, they have good management teams that know how to work with creative people to give them enough space, but still hold them to deadlines. And I think that's true, but I want to get everybody else's thoughts on that, starting with DRM.
Yes and no. Okay. Sony, this is where, and I've said this before on podcast. Sony's like claim to fame is that when they started all of this, they own everything that gets on their system. So they own the Spider-Man IP for this Spider-Man. They own Detroit's IP. They own all those IPs. And Microsoft, when they came into business, they didn't have that volumetric power. They didn't. And they never required it. So in order for them, the reason they were so successful in the 360 era was because they went out and had all these partnerships. Great partnerships. Got us Mass Effect. Got us BioShock. Like, they went out and made these partnerships. But they didn't own any of those IPs. That's why they're all multi-plat now. They all started on Xbox, began on Xbox. Xbox is the reason they exist. Titanfall, another thing. But they don't own those IPs, and they never required it. So once they started to do that, which is this then, they started to require that, they're like, okay, well, we can make a sequel, but we want to own the IP. Because they hear the same things that we're saying. They hear the Microsoft ain't got no exclusives. Oh, now it's all of a sudden going to be a multiplayer. Same like PUBG. They should have not bought PUBG. I'm glad they didn't. But it's one of those type of situations where it'll eventually go to the other system. What's the point? And Microsoft not owning any of these IPs opens that door. Sony smartly said, we will pay for you to make it. We'll let you do whatever the hell you want within reason, but we are going to own the IP. That being the case, they have control. So even though they give them creative freedom, quote unquote, they know that the control of whatever they're making is with Sony. Microsoft doesn't have that luxury. And now that they're trying to get into that mode, everybody's like, no, why? You never required that before. Why the hell would I do it? I just go with Sony if we're going to do it like this. Like, the only reason to come to you was because we could own our IP. I might as well just go with Sony. They got the market.
True.
So I'm going to sell more over there. And they already, if I have to give up my IP anyway, I might as well go with who's going to give me the most bang for my buck. Who's going to put my studio on the map? Like, because Sunset Overdrive, good game. Spider-Man, bigger game. So now to the general public, Insomniac is a household name. They made that Spider-Man game.
Yeah.
What game are they working on next? Like, Insomniac's been in the business for a long ass time, but they've never been this big to where they're attached to Marvel.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where Sony has done it smarter, not necessarily better, just smarter. Like, management-wise, Microsoft needs to let go of the reins. Microsoft's problem is that they're too in-depth with it. They're too connected to it. They need to let go of the reins, just let the developers be the developers. Give them a deadline, let them do whatever the hell they want. All this, well, you need to do this, you need to do that. The micromanaging shit is what causes Microsoft's in-house studios to fuck up. But they needed in-house studios in order to be able to own the shit they're making.
That's an excellent
it's a double-edged sword.
That's an excellent point. No, that's real good. That's real good. And I want to add to this, and I'll throw this back out there. What people fail to realize, and Mass, I think, understands this well because he owns 99% of Microsoft, rich asshole. That Microsoft, there's a difference. Just because this is technology, there's a difference between managing a tech company and a video game / movie company, right? Like a tech company, you can say, okay, you're working on SQL, have this 77 lines of code done by next Thursday at 4:35 p.m. You know what I'm saying? You can do that with a tech company. But with a company that's working with quote unquote artists and things like that, where they don't even know how they're going to tackle this game before they even start, it's a little bit different. And Sony just has a little bit more experience in that. And I think Microsoft doesn't understand that's part of their flaw. That's my thoughts. But I'll throw it back out to the panel. Any other thoughts on that?
And I agree with you, actually.
Okay. Gregory, any thoughts on that, bro?
No, I thought Mass put it pretty good, to be honest with you.
Yeah. I think that's true. TRS, any thoughts?
I actually agree. I agree with it. I didn't know it was that deep. How much control do they have over the creativity? Yeah. I didn't even realize it was that deep. I heard of it, that they were kind of control freaks, but I didn't know it was that deep to where it doesn't leave for any kind of real innovation from different teams. I didn't know that. So that's all new stuff to me.
But I guess we will see what happens because, supposedly Ninja Theory can do what they want to do. So we'll see what happens, man. I mean, I don't know if they're trying to be different. They're seeing the success of these Sony games. They're letting, like Sony's letting their developers do what they want to do. So
hey, is it just me or I'm not really the studios that Microsoft acquired? I really don't care for them.
I don't care for them.
Yeah,
I don't care for the motherfuckers. Yeah. I mean, it sounds cool. What was the initiative?
It sounds cool. I don't know what they're working on, but if it's a quadruple A title, then
that's why I say the shit reminds me of 5 empty red Solo cups in the middle of the fucking desert. I mean, there's nothing poured in those cups yet.
I don't like We Happy Few, but you acquired.
I didn't like it either.
Hellblade was underwhelming, and you acquired them.
I don't like Hellblade either.
Who else did they get?
Playground, they're dope.
Playground is dope. Playground is dope. That's 3. What was an Initiative?
And Undead Lab.
Yeah, I didn't really care for State of Decay either.
I like State of Decay too, but it wasn't a high quality game, you know.
I mean, Wags help. Hey, look, Wags helped point this out. We'll get Wags to start on this too. I remember when some of us were like, we were going off of what Microsoft had just told us, and we were like, but who expected State of Decay 2 to be a AAA game, and Wags had to go in the archives, with his shit. And J Wags went and pulled out an original tweet from Undead Labs that said, "This is going to be a AAA experience." So, Wags, what's your thoughts on this whole micromanagement or lack thereof management style with Microsoft and their first parties? Did we lose Wags? I think we lost Wags. Okay, we lost Wags. All right. So with that said, great discussion. Let's move it all along. All right. So the next subject matter that I want to talk about, the next fire subject, which I wanted to get. Well, no, I'll wait till Wags comes back. When Wags comes back, I'll let him speak on this because he did a fire video on this. But next, let's talk about August NPDs. Let's talk about that.
Let's talk about it.
Matt Piscatella dropped a video, which I saw. Did not see none of his footnotes, but Matt Piscatella dropped a video, giving a quick hit over the NPD numbers. Now, basically what I got from what he had said is that the Nintendo Switch is killing it, man. Jay got him. Whenever you get back on, you might want to switch back to the Switch. Hey, man, the Switch is killing it, okay? Not only were they number one, but they also got several titles. Shit, Legend of Zelda's back in that bitch again in the top 20 games. In addition to that, Sony sold the most hardware or gained the most hardware revenue. And last but not least, which was an interesting tidbit because we got a lot of people out there in the gaming community. I mean, it's nothing to jump out the window about, but it says something and it hopefully curbs the enthusiasm of the haters. But people were saying that the Xbox One X is dog shit because it's dead in the water. Nobody's buying that dog shit, right? Well, according to NPD and Matt Piscatella, that the most revenue-bringing console is the Xbox One X. Now, people may say, well, that's because the Xbox One X is $500 and you can find the S anywhere between $189 to $270, I think it is. With that being said, I thought the Xbox One X was the shit console, right? Nobody wants it. So if it's outpacing the S even in revenue, that means a lot's being sold. And we can't sit there and say, well, nobody's buying the X or the S, because Matt Piscatella also released that this year in this month in revenue, or in August in revenue, they're only all three companies are only 3% behind each other. So they're all selling well. Right. So with that being said, the only conclusion that you can draw is the X is still dropping numbers, even though the PlayStation 4 Pros are sold out, and likely due to Spider-Man. So I wanted to get everybody, the panel's thoughts on that NPD and what y'all thought was the biggest takeaway from that. We'll start with Griggity. Griggity, what's your thoughts on that?
Well, first off, that fucking Switch, man. That shit cannot be stopped, man. What the hell is going on? But anyway, I ain't hating. I'm just curious why that shit keeps selling like that. Well, anyway, I was listening to Randall Thor, and he said that he heard the numbers. The Switch sold 210,000. He said the PlayStation sold, was it 180,000, and the Xbox One to 60-some thousand. So it's good to see they all selling well, man. But if this is true, what Matt said, which is probably is because he's an NPD guy. Now, he said the Xbox One X sold more than the S, or
he's saying it brought in more revenue. So we don't know. I didn't get numbers on units, but what he said was the Xbox One X brought in more revenue. Okay. Now, he also said that both units are selling well. So if the Xbox One X, and let's not assume, okay, I don't want everybody to assume that the Xbox One S, as in Sam, is 189 everywhere. It isn't 189 everywhere.
It's not.
And not everybody fishes for deals. People just say, oh, I want it. And, like Bill Clinton did back in the 90s and just grab whatever's in front of them. You know what I mean? So, so we can't assume that everybody's getting it for 189. They're probably getting it for 260. Who knows? Right. But with that being said, the fact that the Xbox One X, the system that's too expensive, the system that nobody fucking wants, right?
The car payment.
Yeah, the car payment. Nobody, it's bringing in more revenue than the S. It begs to, differ what's being said out there in the community. And it also begs to differ Microsoft's strategy, because you got to remember, Phil said it himself. Their strategy is to do more with the Xbox One S. And if the X is making more money, then what does that say about Microsoft's strategy? Did they put their eggs in the wrong basket?
I don't know, man. I think it's good if the X is really selling well, man, because I think it's a great console. I really do. Of course, you know, their exclusive issue is a problem right now, but you can't deny, man, that it's a hell of a console. That Tomb Raider looks phenomenal on that fucking X. And that Forza Horizon 4 demo,
man. I'm loving that Tomb Raider.
Hey, man, it's a damn good console, man. Hell yeah, it's a good.
Are you loving the Tomb Raider because it's X enhanced, or are you loving it because it's a good game?
Get him, Jay Gotham. Don't let him get away with that.
What's going on, man? What's really going on?
All of
That's
these
goddamn face.
And it's not a damn
Are you
exclusive.
loving
So
Spider-Man because it's Spider-Man, or you loving Spider-Man because it's a Sony exclusive?
I'm loving it because of the quality of the game.
Hey, this is
Quality of the game is there.
glitches, you know the quality.
Sony, give me that golden shower, please.
Oh, well, there goes being a family show. Go ahead. Oh man, but no, Mass. Now that we got you back, what are you've been slaying ponies with this yesterday? Cyrus Burke in the chat said, "Watch most. This conversation will go smoother than it did before." Yeah, definitely. What are your thoughts on it, man? Because you know what people. Hey, look, you brought it up. People said the Xbox One S is going to be the system seller, not the X. The X is garbage. Remember that shit?
Right. Yeah, and so, you know, we have conversations with our pony brethren, and then they try to act like these conversations ain't happen, and then they try to defer shit. Like, no, motherfucker, I remember these conversations. I ain't stupid. So this is the thing, right? All these ponies is like, yo, the X ain't selling worth the damn. The Pro is outselling it. Okay, cool. So the S is gonna sell so much more than the X. Oh, all right, cool. So how is the X outpacing it in revenue? Well, the S, you know, has to sell twice as much. I agree. That is a true statement. But this says that the X is the top selling Xbox console. Right. So if the S was supposed to outsell the X isn't selling, and the Pro isn't selling, because this is all what you said. Exactly. That the Pro isn't selling. Which one is selling? Because all of those statements can't be true. Yeah. But you said all that shit. And then try to act like you didn't when I asked you.
To just try to corner to the one conversation. That's what
right, and then in true pony fashion, you run to your friends, and they're like, "Oh, yeah, Xbox ain't got no games, nigga. That shit don't work on me." I said that when we started. I said all that when we started this conversation. Now back to the topic at hand. All of those statements can't be true. I need you to pick which ones are. The Xbox X is selling. That was all apparent because when the Xbox, before the X even came out, the Xbox One brand as a whole was under 100K sales. Like, it wasn't moving units. Like, it wasn't moving units. Now everything's within 3%. Yeah. Obviously, something changed. Exactly. The only thing that changed was the damn X came out. And we're buying the X.
Ain't got no games. It still ain't got no games.
It still ain't got no games. Right. It still ain't got no games. The only thing that changed is that they released this console. So that has to be what the reason is, right? No, see, you trying to come at me crazy. No, I'm just asking a question. Like, bruh, Pepperidge Farm remembers, and I don't forget shit. So if you ever in your life come sideways at me, come correct, because I don't forget a goddamn thing. And I'm not going to let you forget a goddamn thing.
Hey, Mass, what you have for breakfast this morning?
Eggs and bacon. It was delicious.
He had a bowl of angry oats.
Right, every day. Every day, these ponies get this work. And like I said, I don't give a damn. The Xbox brand as a whole, they've been getting their ass handed to them by Sony all generation. They're going to get their ass handed to them next generation. They still ain't got no goddamn games. These 5 studios ain't made a fucking game for Xbox yet. Therefore, I don't give a fuck. They like them Sony studios that keep showing me fucking trailers. Until that game is in my hand, it's fucking vaporware. So I'm going to keep saying that shit. But these ponies still going to get this damn work. Don't think because y'all out here beating the Xbox up and they ain't fighting back that y'all cool. Nah, nigga. Nah. That's not how this go down, pimp. You gonna walk in the room with the ankles and you gonna get boxed the hell up. Yeah. Period.
So yeah, I mean, it's kind of like what Post Up said. Big up to Post Up, Triple B brother, and he
Pony up. Don't forget that man's name. His name Pony Up.
I refuse to believe that.
He signed that contract.
To believe that shit.
He said, "Put some respect on my name."
Oh no, I 100% know he has a PS4 Pro. 100% know this. This is a fact. 100% fact.
Yo.
I mean,
what's up, Wags? You back, bro?
Yeah, I'm back, man. I just had the worst heartburn of my life.
Oh damn!
He had
Mr. Righteous Fish. Mr. Righteous Fish said in the chat there was too many black people in the room for J Wags. No,
man. I've been. I tell you what. I tried for the first time ever, man. I tried this Four Loko. Fuck this.
Oh, bro, I got stories on that, man.
My chest is like now it's fine, but I had heartburn. I went to take some Thomas, man. I'm on my porch, my back porch, cussing like, God damn it! It hurts so bad, man. That's where I was at.
So, just a real quick story, not to get because this is a family-friendly show. I don't want to go too far left with this. But Wags, you know where Wilkinsburg is at, right?
Unfortunately, yeah.
Okay. He said unfortunately. So I went to the Wilkinsburg beer distributor and got a batch of Four Loko when it was still the old batch, the one that had people jumping off of bridges and shit. Mm-hmm. And the guy told me, he said, "Man, get your bail money ready." I said, "Man, get the fuck out of here." Went and drunk my Four Loko, sat and watched some TV. Don't you know I was standing in we got a supermarket called Giant Eagle. I was standing in Giant Eagles in front of a bunch of damn, I can't even talk. In front of a bunch of fucking donuts. 3 o'clock in the morning at the get-go. I had drunk the Four Loko 10 o'clock at night, blacked out, woke up in front of a bunch of donuts at the gas station, man. I was like,
That's just rough, man. Like I just drink a can. I'm pretty fucking buzzed, but like it gave me heartburn. Like,
yeah.
More than that. Fuck.
Yeah, watch that shit.
I was mad too because like I missed everything. So I couldn't see her. I'm like, dude, it was hurting too bad. Like, shit.
Hey,
I gotta walk. Yeah.
Wang, somebody in the chat said you got the Nintendo label on your liver.
Yeah.
All right, but let's get Jay Wags' thoughts on this.
What?
NPDs, August, man. Look, everybody with Jay Wags has been guilty of this. There's been a lot of people. This Xbox One X is dog shit. It's dog shit. Want to get rid of the Xbox One X?
Facts. Good.
But the simple fact of the matter is, man, Matt Piscatella released that in August and really throughout the whole year that the Xbox One X has had strong sales. It's even the biggest revenue bringer for the Xbox brand. And before you say, well, the Xbox brand is selling like shit, they're all within 3% of each other as far as revenue. So what's your thoughts on that?
So apparently, you're saying the Xbox One X is outside the PS4 Pro?
Yeah. I don't. He didn't say that in his numbers, but I'm going to surmise.
Of course, because Xbox they don't do numbers. But I mean, it would make sense, right? That this Xbox One X is like over a year newer than the PS4 Pro, so it should be selling more.
But it's PS4 Pro dropping all these games, right? And it's all about the games, right? It's all about these exclusives.
Yeah, but the majority of people are buying, in my opinion anyway, I don't really follow NPD and shit. In my opinion, more people are buying the Xbox One S's and the PS4 Slims than the Pros and the X's.
But that's not the truth. That's what we just said. Yeah. The Xbox One X is the biggest Xbox seller
for the Xbox family. The PS4 Slim 1 terabyte is the biggest for the PlayStation.
Oh, so you're saying the X is outselling the S?
Yes.
Yeah.
According to NPD.
So here's the thing, and I can dig that because on the real for real, if you want to play, let's say God of War with some good fidelity, you really don't necessarily need a Pro. The PlayStation 4 Slim.
But 1080p is outdated, man. I need 4K. I don't care if it's checkerboarded, dynamic.
Facts. Let me say this, right?
Facts. I'm tired of this shit.
I played Spider-Man the PS4 Slim. Here looks better than anything on the X.
Oh shit! Get him, Wag! Get him!
Cold.
Okay, now here's this argument, right?
Kill these bots, Wag!
Here's where this argument goes away real fast. Spider-Man isn't even the best looking PS4 game. God of War isn't even the best looking game on PS4. Because third parties own that just like they own everything else. They own all the good looking shit, all the shit that really matters, really looks great. Third parties own that shit. That's not gonna change. Like there's so many games that are third party. AC Origins, Flames. That shit looks so much better than Spider-Man.
That shit's trash.
That shit came out a year ago.
That shit's trash, mess.
Man, I'm sorry. What you say, Wax? That Tomb Raider, Shadow Tomb Raider, that shit looks awful.
I ain't seen it yet. Look, I know they got some good looking games. I know Forza looks good. I beat Far Cry 5 to completion on Xbox One X. That shit looked pretty good.
Hey, Wags, don't take that shit from these bots. Tell them the best looking game they got on the X is PUBG, man.
No, if we're doing third parties, yes, it looks better, but that's what they're getting. Well,
first right, which is all the X is a multi-plat machine.
Yeah, that's what it is right now.
Right, it is. That's all
it is. Let me say this here though.
Let
me say this here though, and Dirt's gonna like love this shit. Okay, we got Red Dead 2 coming out. October 27th or 30th? I forget. Something like that. Yeah. I'm gonna buy it on the X.
Are you?
Of course you are.
Yes.
Because you want the best version, right?
Because I got PS4 Slim, so I'm gonna buy it on the X.
Here's
and that's gonna be the best version.
1080p is outdated, man. Like when I played Shadow of the Tomb Raider, I went to frame rate mode and resolution mode, and I love frame rate mode, but
I
couldn't make out the details.
There's only been a few games I've been impressed with. There's only been a few games I've been impressed with. Like that whole, what's hilarious, man, is that whole Arkham Knight shit.
Oh, that was terrible.
Yeah.
Oh, that was fun. They were hyping the show. It's 4K and shit. Nope.
It's 4K, 60 frames.
Yeah, my Xbox brothers, they was tripping that day.
That shit turned to 1080p, bro. Not even 1080p, they said.
That shit, that's right, sub 1080p, and that goes to show you all the console people as a whole stay the hell out of resolution talk. I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Maslin is so condescending with that shit, bro.
I mean, all the time, right? You know I'm a PC guy. I know I'm a PC guy.
I know you are, man.
These damn consoles, y'all please be like, hey, the whole, even when PlayStation was the 1080p makes you a better gamer. Yes. In 2004, catch the fuck up.
Hey, man, that's a good point. Why did that shit start this generation, man? That is a damn good point.
Because that is what was going to win for Sony.
Yeah.
That's what they had. Xbox had all the games at the beginning of this generation. Sony had 1080p.
Hey, Digital Foundry is partly to blame too.
Yeah, I agree.
That's why
because we would have known. Because
they were hyping resolution in 2013, and then all of a sudden
that Grass Gate shit. That's why Digital Foundry won the SPP award.
But the frame rate, you know how many gamers didn't know anything about a frame rate?
Exactly.
Nothing at all.
Yep.
That was 60 FPS to give me death.
I will say though, so again, Joe's gonna love this shit. I was playing Spider-Man. I could tell the shit was 30 FPS.
Yeah,
it was.
But think about it. When you play games on the PS1 and the PS2, did you really know what the frame rate was, or did you really ever care?
We didn't care back then. Yeah,
didn't have a clue, or didn't care about the resolution either.
I mean, we're overlooking great games because of the frame rate now.
Exactly. Yeah. And and the thing about it too is that's why Digital Foundry won the "Shut the Fuck Up" award by your boy, the first honorary winners that I put out there for the simple fact that they were sitting there judging Blades of Grass, and they had a negative effect not only on Xbox but on PlayStation too. PlayStation released that dumbass patch for the PlayStation 4 Pro, and it did nothing for the super sampling on the system. So I mean, they had both companies shook and focusing on the wrong shit, besides giving us an overwhelming amount of great games and brand new experiences.
I gotta get that
all
grass.
The time.
I gotta get that grass, cuz.
Yeah.
Show me on my grass, man.
So let me ask this before we go to the next subject. So everybody on this panel has an Xbox One X, correct? Except for one person. Right?
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna pick on that one person. That one person is TRS. TRS, what the hell do we got to do, bruh, to get you excited enough to want to start investing in an Xbox One X? Because you got multiple choices. You can do it on credit. But I mean, what are your thoughts? TRS, you're not a graphics whore. You've said that over. You always make fun of me. You don't give a shit about that. You just want the game.
First off, TRS, do you have a 4K TV?
No.
Then fuck it.
All right.
Hey, dude, that super sampling on the Xbox One X is phenomenal.
Come on.
When I had my stream card,
it's not $500. It's good enough.
You know what? I mean, you
don't think that if you have an X, like to I'd recommend anyway a 4K TV to go along with it. I wouldn't recommend upgrade to an X if you.
I'm gonna be honest with you. If you have a 4K TV, if you don't have a 4K TV, I'm going to recommend that. I'm going to recommend an X over the S.
Yeah, because a lot of games you get 1080p 60.
Man, you get the frames, and that super sampling, man, that made like Ghost Recon Wildlands. Oh my goodness, I was like, holy shit, this is 1080p. But I get it. The price is kind of high.
Y'all hyping that shit up too much.
I swear, man. I swear.
I still have my S, and I still have my. It's one of those things you don't realize the difference until you go back and play the S. It's a huge difference in these games.
I'm going to say this. This is going to sound crazy. I'll let you go.
I got S in my living room, and I think the Xbox One X does more for 1080p against the S than it does for 4K. Here's why I'm saying that. If you had the Xbox One S and saw the 4K upscale on the S, the 4K upscale on the S is phenomenal. So you don't necessarily, except for the frames, you don't necessarily need to make the jump to the X. But that's upscale to 4K.
Yeah, it does. It has a 4K upscale.
It upscales, but
no. Yeah, max 1440p.
No, it upscales to 4K. It upscales.
Games
upscales to 4K.
Yeah, it's not true. It's not
native. It upscales.
I'm not saying native. I don't think it even upscales to 4K.
No, it does, bro.
It does.
Yes.
It does.
Because the first game was Mass Effect Andromeda that it did it for. I remember because when I got that game, I saw that shit. I was like, oh my goodness.
It upscales all games to 4K.
Oh, it does now. Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, even if the system didn't do it, your TV would. But it looks
now
better from
TRS.
Xbox.
What are your thoughts on this? Are you like, fuck it, you don't need it, or you know?
I'm pretty much at fuck it. I don't need it. I mean, you got to keep in mind when I first in the very beginning of the show, first episode, I made it absolutely clear. I'm here specifically for a good game, not 100,000 frame rate C3PO R2D2. I ain't into all that shit, you know. Give me a good game. If it looks clear, if it looks crisp, give me a good game. Half of the stuff that you guys are talking about, I'm familiar with, but it's not what I need. And with these consoles, constantly, as soon as you get a new one, another one's coming out in 2 years. Enough is enough. You know what I mean? It's not like I'm 25. You know what I mean? Enough is enough.
You just haven't been enlightened yet, bro.
Fuck PC, man. Like I bet you Mason's already pre-ordered that new graphics card.
Yeah, I have two of them coming.
That 2000, whatever the hell it's called.
Yeah, the 2080 Ti's. I got two of them coming.
They got to update all the fucking time, man.
100%. I got two of them bitches coming. They're gonna be glorious. They are gonna be fucking glorious.
What you doing with your old card?
I'm gonna put them in my kids' computers.
Ain't that a motherfucker?
But what
about us?
Their cars? What do they? I bet. What are your kids doing with their cars? Don't they have
I got a 1070 and a 1070 Ti.
He's like, my kids ain't got 1080 Ti's. They ain't spoiled.
What's up?
My kids got a fucking Etch-a-Sketch.
Yeah, you got it.
I got a whole bunch of computer parts lying around my house because I build computers for other people. So my thing is, you give me money, I will go buy the parts. I didn't say I was going to give you parts back. I said I'm going to go buy the parts. I'm going to build this bitch and I'm going to give it to you. It's going to work. It's going to be great. We're going to agree on the price. Now, everything I buy outside of that ain't got shit to do with you. I'm going to hand you a box. It's going to work. We're going to have a happy business transaction. You gonna move on with your life. I'm gonna move on with mine. I'm gonna have more shit. That's what's gonna happen.
I'm gonna have more shit.
Hey, mass kids be running around school calling people plebs and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what's come to though.
Very proud of it. I'm very proud of it too.
The X is it's the multiply box, man.
Yeah, no, it hurts listening to that, but that's exactly what it is.
Hey, Wags, I was saying that earlier this year, right? That's what it is right now. It's a damn multiplayer box.
That's what it is. Because Crackdown 3 ain't the answer. If that ever
it ain't the answer, Sway.
It's not.
All right.
That and I'm gonna hit on that real quick. The smartest thing Microsoft ever did was taking it out of fall. They need to keep doing it. That was the smartest thing Microsoft did this year. Yeah. You didn't need Crackdown 3 this year. It's already gonna die when it comes out February 20th. It's already gonna die. It would have died, been buried underneath its own grave if it came out this fall.
It's crazy to imagine like they tried saying like, oh, we don't need Crackdown 3 because we got plenty of other great titles coming.
Yeah, shout out to Terry Crews.
Yeah.
Shout out to Terry Crews.
What do you predict the
slash Kimbo?
Right.
Hey, Mass, what do you predict the player engagement will be for Crackdown 3? Since we don't get any sales numbers,
it's gonna be high at first, so it'll probably be 3 million players probably. If the multiplayer works even remotely like they say it's supposed to, it'll be like 3 million players. It'll probably peak at around 4.
About 3 to 4.
Give or take. Yeah, because it's going to be a Game Pass title, so that's going to instantly boost it up. So people are going to try it. If it's good, that works in its favor. If it's trash, it's going to die very fast. But people will still try it.
But it will still count as player engagement, right?
100%.
Yeah, I think it might be a fun game, but it's not the game that
Yeah,
it's not gonna be that game.
I think it'll be fun, like you said, but it ain't gonna be like a.
I really like the first Crackdown, not so much the second one. So
I think it's be a cool game. It's not gonna be like that, that big blockbuster title like a God of War or Spider-Man or some shit like that.
No, definitely not. And Crackdown was never meant to be that. I mean, Microsoft taunted the cloud technology. I think that rose some eyebrows. But I think at the end of the day, what ended up happening was when Scalebound got canceled, then there was the haters that said, "Oh, y'all ain't got shit. What's up with Crackdown?" And then it was just all spiraled down there. So
I don't think they're not gonna have like a big like blockbuster man until either the new Gears or the new Halo. That's gonna be the next breakout game.
Yeah.
I think that new Gears is actually probably gonna be pretty good.
Oh, it's just be fire. I hope so. That's my favorite franchise ever.
All righty, and I think we can close out with this. And we got Wags back. Wags,
yeah, go ahead.
Start it off, bro.
What?
Nintendo Online, man.
Oh shit!
Oh yeah.
Let's do this. Let's do this.
How much time?
This is the only reason why we're friends, Wags, so I can hear you talk about Nintendo. No.
How much time you got, man?
Do what you got to do, bro.
I've been saying forever, man. This is the most bullshit. The shit they do, man. It's just constant, like constantly. It started up this generation, right? Remember when the Switch released, and they had a plethora of problems, and they were saying shit like, dead pixels on a screen are normal. Don't have your fucking Switch next to an aquarium, a microwave, or any metal objects that fucks with the Joy-Cons. And it was so much shit, but it's way more than that, man. They've done so much. I've covered them probably more than any other company on my channel. But now we got Switch Online, right? And everybody's been waiting for this. Everybody's been, curious as to what it's going to be. They delayed it for a year, and for what?
Yeah,
we waited a whole other year for this thing to come out, and we got nothing. All you got from the Switch Online was now you got to pay for online, which is the norm now for the industry for consoles anyway. Now you got a paywall for online, and you get 20 NES games initially. I don't know how much more they're going to add, but that's about it. You get a tiny bit, I guess, the cloud save storage. But not all games support it, and it's baffling to me that the games that they're not supporting, for instance, okay, so now we got cloud save storage, finally, 2018, fantastic. But games like fucking Splatoon 2, when you're a first party IP is not supported by this, and other games, other first party games too are not supported by this. But I don't know what the fuck they're doing, man. How is not
Glad.
How? Go ahead.
Got a question. So what if you miss a month? Do you?
Yeah. Thank you. That's the other thing. Yeah, no, if you miss a day, your cloud storage is gone.
That's
Oh my god!
forever?
Wow.
1 day. They'll wipe that shit instantly. Yes.
Yes, insta wipe.
What
It
happened
won't
about
come back. Like
what happened about my player?
you pay your bill, the shit won't come back.
They ain't fucking around with that.
My player's gone.
Done. Donezo. All that VC you
This whole
spent
thing, man. I'm
even
sure,
on your Switch, gone.
I'm sure most of you guys agree, man. This whole thing is that the online is, everybody's saying they got to start somewhere. It's 2018.
But hey,
man. I understand they've always been behind the curve, man.
My
But,
counter argument.
I still can't send a message. I still can't party chat. We still got friend codes. There's so much wrong with this service. I understand, like I said, they gotta start somewhere, but it's a little too late, man. Everybody's gonna say, "Oh, it'll get better. It'll get better. It's only $20," but for fuck's sakes, man, we still don't have apps on this thing. We still can't change the background. No screensavers. There's a lot of problems with this shit, man. We still got a bullshit phone app, man. I don't understand how we got a phone app when Fortnite. You can chat right through the console. I understand how Nintendo themselves cannot accomplish this, but a third-party game can do it.
You're crushing my dreams, man. That's like the Fire Stick of consoles.
As much as they're doing wrong, though, they're number one in the NPDs.
Yeah,
Really? Yeah.
And that shows you, and that goes to show the power of first-party exclusives.
Yeah.
Because if Nintendo didn't have their exclusives, nobody would buy that shit. Nobody wants to pay $6 for Doom. They came out fucking 3 years ago.
Doom in 240p and shit.
Yeah, 240p.
240.
Oh, my dreams.
20 frames per second.
Now you can notice the frames there. Shit.
It's a travesty, man. Like I said, it's $20. Yes, it's $4 a month if you do it that way. Fine. It's a cheap service, but it's just not up to par, man.
Well, have fun counting polygons with the PlayStation Mini.
No, that's just bullshit too, man. But like the other thing that trips me out is that them $60 NES controllers. You guys do know,
man, that's
they're $60, right? Yeah. And they charge like Joy-Cons do. But you guys know that those controllers are only compatible with NES games, and you have. I don't know how they're mandating this, but you have to be an online member to buy those controllers.
Oh, what?
Wow.
Yeah, that is a thing.
I don't know. Why am I hearing this from you as like a YouTuber? Why aren't the media talking about this? You know what I'm saying?
As Nintendo.
We know, yeah. And like Master's saying, man, like Nintendo can get away with a lot of shit, man. I know, like we talk about media buys and shit, but Nintendo, honestly, they get away with a lot, man. But I'm surprised though, because if you look at the trailer for their Switch Online, it's heavily downvoted, and people are in the comment section bitching. People are letting them know that they're not happy about the service, man. People are letting them know that this service is not what they were expecting at all. Yeah, basically all we got from this service was now we have the ability to play online, which we did before for free, but now there's a paywall there. There's a tiny bit of cloud safe storage. It's only a certain amount of games supported, and then you get 20 NES games. Other than that, it's all the same shit.
Huh. I knew I was done with Nintendo when I had a 360. And the Wii was releasing PlayStation 2 titles. Like your whole generation behind. I'm done with Nintendo.
The Wii with you know what they're going to do, Wags? All they're going to do, to combat all that anger, is they're going to put Reggie Fils-Aimé with his looking like The Rock's angry uncle ass, send him out there, and he's just going to talk shit. Like interviewers are going to ask him, "What about this? What do you mean? What about this? What do you mean? I mean, what's the problem? Are you stupid?" He's just going to get out there and be angry and be combative, and then we're just going to go on and move on to something else. That's it. And that's the story of Nintendo. And another thing too is what Nintendo does, Wags, is there's media bias to me. I got the 10 full hat. I'm on my Alex Jones thing, whatever. But what Nintendo does isn't media bias. It's media intimidation. You say something about Nintendo, they're coming for that ass.
They coming for your head, man.
This is the thing, right? I don't think media bias exists. Media bias itself doesn't exist. Personal bias exists. And what people fail to realize is all these people who bring up Metacritic, all those are just people. It's one random dude who works at IGN giving you IGN's review. But it's really Matt. It's the same, and IGN is the same company who hired a YouTuber to copy other YouTubers' fucking reviews and put them out as official reviews. I don't know how y'all motherfuckers take their word like it's fucking gospel. Like, I don't understand that shit. I will never understand that shit. A review is just somebody else's opinion. I don't give a damn what your opinion is. If I have fun with the game, then that is all that matters to me. You can't play the game for me, so you can't tell me this shit is fun or not.
Yeah.
And anybody who needs a review to tell them whether or not they should get something, put your fucking controller down forever. Give that shit up. Gaming is not for you. You just need to be somebody's slave. Just go around and carry Phil Spencer's balls or Yoshida's balls and call it a day because there's something fucking wrong with you.
Look at the detachable ball.
I agree.
Like, it's weird, bro. And I said this earlier. Xbox dudes, they're very corporate slavish. Okay, they usually just Xbox is okay because Microsoft is okay. That shit's not true. Yeah. PlayStation people, they do whatever the fuck that PlayStation says, and they be like, "It's okay, please, sir, may I have another? You smacked me across my face with your dick, please, sir, may I have another?" Like, that's how they do with PlayStation. And the Nintendo dudes are somewhere on their knees with a dominatrix in front of them wearing a fucking diaper, and that motherfucker, the dominatrix, got a Resi Fils-Aimé mask on. Like that is how this shit works. Because these people have their own separate weirdo console.
Yeah. They're getting fucked, man. Like I said, the whole thing. Like so, you get 20 NES games, man. I don't know how many times they're gonna sell me fucking Tecmo. I don't know how many times I gotta play Tecmo Bowl. How many times I gotta play Super Mario Brothers 3? Right. I played them shits to death, man. Like I said,
hey, Wags, it's working. You bought it.
I didn't buy it.
Oh, you did?
No, I didn't buy fucking. I ain't buying the online bullshit. Like, what games play online? Splatoon 2? Arms?
That arms shit is funny.
Super Smash Bros is gonna be the game where everybody's gonna be playing online. People are gonna bitch, but like I think like Matt said, people are gonna bitch, people are gonna buy it, and then it's gonna be the end of it. It's gonna be like nothing ever happened. That's the way it is with Nintendo. People get over it quick.
Yep. Real
that's it.
Because they announced Luigi's Mansion, I think, 3 or some shit like that. They announced that. You got Super Mario Party coming out. Bunch of bullshit games like that.
Yeah, as long as Nintendo keep making these IPs, Nintendo fans don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
They are going to take whatever they get. In my opinion, it's a lot of Nintendo fans, they don't really have a standard of online because they're used to not really having any online.
I refuse,
pretty
bro.
Much.
I refuse to use that app. I refuse.
Oh, yeah, I'm not using that shit either.
You know what? And it's not that, and I'm going to say this. It's not that they're behind and they don't have to catch up. You got to remember that. Remember when the GameCube came out and they were
that's the last time they truly competed.
Yeah, exactly. So they know how to do it. They just refuse. And I hate to sound crazy here, but as a Japanese company, the Japanese are real interconnected with Brazil, and Brazil is one of the top telecom companies in the world. So if Nintendo really wanted to invest and do this, they could do this without having to work with the Americans. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, if they wanted to, yeah, man. Like I said, like the GameCube was the last time they were on par power wise. They weren't quite there, but they were on par with the Xbox and the PS2.
Man, Resident Evil 4 was like one of the best.
Resident Evil 4 was fire. One of the best things they exclusive. Well, they didn't make it, but it was exclusive.
Yeah. But it still was kind of different because they had those small ass discs. While the Xbox,
they had the proprietary disc, but like that's the last time. Like the GameCube got all the third party, all of them.
Right.
GameCube was the best system.
Splinter Cells, all that shit, plus the first party games. Mario Kart Double Dash was fire in my opinion. Like that's probably the best. Mario
Sunshine.
Yeah, the Resident Evil remakes.
Oh yeah, all the Zero and everything else. And then once the Wii came out, ever since then I've been like, I never owned a Wii. Never owned a Wii. I played Wii, but I never owned one. Never had a Wii.
Hey, when the controller looked like a remote control, like a TV remote, I knew I didn't want a Wii.
Yeah, I couldn't do it.
The only reason the Wii sold well, man, I'll tell you, people just played Wii Sports, man. That was it.
Exactly.
That's it, man.
Okay, can I say something on that? Look. Like I always say,
he didn't clear his throat, did he?
Look,
he took a
Nintendo,
fit.
like I tell everybody, Nintendo sells off of some type of gimmick. Like the GameCube didn't really sell well. When the Wii came out, it had Wii Motion. That was their gimmick. When the Wii U came out, I'm sorry, some people say it was a gimmick, but no, that shit didn't have a gimmick at all. It sold like shit. Now the Switch is out.
Yeah.
The Switch is out, and the gimmick is, you can take it anywhere you want or play it on the TV.
You remember the game?
I'll give it to him, man. I'll give it to him. The Wii was, when I first came out, shit was crazy because I never saw anything like it.
Yeah.
Motion controls, and then Xbox followed suit, and then so did PlayStation. Well, I think Xbox did it better, and then and PlayStation had their little move controller bullshit, but
right.
And then they had Wii U with the gamepad, and then they advanced upon that. Now we have the Nintendo Switch.
Exactly.
And its biggest sell is the portability. In my opinion, if it wasn't portable, it wouldn't sell nearly as well. And they have their first party IPs that are carrying them through. But
the game,
but even the first party IP wouldn't be enough because they had the first party IP on the Wii U and it didn't.
Right. That's where I agree. Yeah. So I think as you all know, the biggest sell here is the portability factor.
Portability. Period.
The GameCube had a handle on the back. You remember that?
Yeah.
Right. You carry it there.
I love the GameCube, man. The GameCube was a good console.
That's the best system ever.
Yeah, I think that was. Yeah, and you know what I think killed the GameCube, y'all, was because that was my premier console. Like I was like, I don't fuck with PlayStation or Microsoft. First, it was GameCube, right? Because of their exclusives. I like a lot of RPGs.
Hold up. Before you go further to your point, you didn't fuck with the PS2?
No, at first, no, I did not. I did not fuck with the PS2 at
Shit
first.
was king.
Because when PS2 first came out,
I'm not gonna lie. The blue and green light on the PS2 is mesmerizing.
The PS2 was king.
I got the PS2.
PS2 is the GOAT.
Yeah, it's the GOAT. Definitely.
when the PlayStation 2 first came out, I was like in and out of playing video games. I was just, at that time, I was like mainly an RPG person. So at the time, there really weren't no RPGs out when it first came out. When the GameCube came out, then there was more RPGs coming out. And then out of the 3 consoles, I fucked with the game. Well, I'm a cheap bastard. It was the cheapest one. And so I fucked with the GameCube, right? I was like, the GameCube is the shit. But you know what killed the GameCube? It didn't have the press-in analog. It didn't have all the buttons that the other 2 systems had. So in order for you to do certain move functions, you had to press like 5 buttons at once and shit. And the
That GameCube controller was like the best controller.
I like the layout. The layout was the best. It's just they didn't have the pushing analog sticks like
Which
the
one, the GameCube?
No,
the GameCube didn't, and that was the downfall.
I hated that controller.
that controller was fire.
Then it had
Ever.
what were the C buttons with arrows?
that shit was fire.
Horrible.
I ain't like that shit.
Yeah.
Y'all want to talk about the worst controller ever?
Hey, that's why
N64.
you can't aim it.
PS3
N64 was the worst controller ever. That was.
PS3.
That's why you can't aim now in shooters.
PS3, no. 64 takes the crown for worst controller ever.
Hey, I agree with you, Wise. That was the worst fucking controller.
Trying to play fucking GoldenEye.
About 64? Yeah, that was horrible. Yeah. The Wiimote is the worst controller. You have to turn it sideways.
Yeah, that shit was horrible.
No, the Joy-Cons are the worst controllers. They take the crown now.
If it has Nintendo, it's probably bad.
But to sum it up, though, man, like I said, Mighty Moss, it's the online is a travesty, man. But people will get over it quick, and people will just adapt to it. So
Yeah,
it is.
But it is a crock of shit. I mean, you know, we battle back and forth with the big 2, as they like to call it, the PlayStation and the Xbox systems, and this shit with Nintendo.
It's just all money with them, man. Like I said, they're purposely trying to shut down the ROM sites, even though like they're not making any money off those games anymore. And they refuse to do the virtual console, which everybody wants. I want to see them release N64 games, GameCube games, SNES games, and preferably my choice of which games I want to buy. But they don't want to do that. They're going to keep that now. It's solidified now that they're going to add, NES games and possibly maybe SNES in the future to incentivize you to stay subscribed to their online service.
They're gonna have to redo that online. It's like you said, Wag. This is 2018. There's no excuse for this dumb shit. It's not like they don't know what to do.
But like, can you explain to me, Moss? I mean, like, how the fuck is like Splatoon 2? There's other ones too. Their first party, but like the Splatoon 2, like your premier online game, right? That's like
There's
probably
not
the biggest.
support. Yeah.
It's not supporting cloud saves. What's the other one? Dark Souls is coming out on the Switch, right? Or it's already out. That doesn't support cloud saves, and that's a huge game right there.
That's fucking crazy.
Where you want some cloud saves,
Can you imagine losing? And SD cards are faulty as shit. Can you imagine losing your save on Dark Souls?
The memory,
man.
Your games do not save on SD cards.
Oh, they don't.
No,
they don't.
It's tied to the internal storage of the Switch. So if your Switch breaks, you're fucked.
Oh shit! Okay.
Yeah, it is not the SD card. It's tied to the internal storage of that, the 32 gigs of that memory.
Nintendo, look, man, fuck you, Nintendo weirdos, man. I'm sorry, Jay got him. Fuck you, Nintendo weirdos. Nintendo, look, Reggie, come at me, bro. Y'all got to do something better than that. That's horrible. That's
the big problem. That's the big problem, Moss, is that everybody had a problem with it because it's tied to that storage. It's not. It'd be okay if it was SD card. People would live with that because, I could. Let's say I wanted a new Switch, or want to upgrade my Switch, or my Switch broke. I take my SD card out, plug another one, I'm good to go. It's similar to like a cloud save, right? Just put it in your new system, you're good to go. This shit's tied entirely to your console, man. So if your console breaks, all the time in Zelda's gone. All the time in Octopath Traveler is gone.
That's crazy, man. Like you ain't got to.
Where's the outrage, man?
Exactly. I'm not picking one up. I was
on my channel, everybody. JWax 412.
Damn it!
I'm on there. I've been for over 2 years almost 2 years about this shit.
Yeah. It's crazy.
But it baffles me that people that nobody's mad about that shit though. I don't get it.
It's not Xbox.
That's a question.
Y'all know this. Y'all know how this works. It's not Xbox, so it's okay. It's borderline being okay. Like I seen this picture earlier where it's like PlayStation, PC, and Nintendo, and there's like they're all put their hands in the middle, and it says hating the Xbox. That's the thing. Right, that's a thing. That's a real fucking thing. Like it's not Xbox. Xbox will get all the shit on either side of the spectrum because they've been fucking up. Nintendo, PlayStation.
Well, here's the other
taxes on shit.
Here's the other thing I forgot to mention, man. Is this? You remember in 2013 when Microsoft wanted to implement that DRM shit to where you got to check in every so often.
Right.
Now, those NES games that you get with your subscription, if you don't check in, you have 7 days. Check in, and if you don't check in within 7 days, then those NES games are not available for you to play.
They go bye-bye.
They go bye.
Anything.
Wow.
Where's the outrage?
So you have to check in every 7 days to play those games. And so that is fucking DRM at its finest, and nobody's talking about it.
Nobody. Crazy. And let me ask you guys a question. What's up with this Assassin's Creed Odyssey being a cloud game? Like how does that work with the Switch, the cloud thing?
Just like PlayStation Now. Just
so
imagine PlayStation Now. Yeah.
So hold on, what do you mean? What's going on with Odyssey?
Odyssey ain't coming on Switch.
Yes, it is, but it's going to be a stream.
It's going to be a cloud thing like Resident Evil.
Thing. Right.
Yeah.
Oh, the cloud streaming.
It's cloud streaming. Yeah, it's cloud streaming game like Resident Evil. It works. And this is the other thing. What's crazy? Another thing.
The outrage against Xbox Scarlet.
Right. Cloud gaming doesn't work on Xbox, but it works on every fucking thing else. It's the weirdest thing in the world.
Has anybody tried Resident Evil 7 on the Switch?
No.
I don't care to.
Who would do that? Who would do that?
I'm curious as to how it would run. I made a video about it a long time ago. But
look, this is the problem I have with all of this cloud gaming streaming works. I use it NVIDIA GeForce Now. I use that shit, so it works. The problem I have is that we were just talking about Nintendo's online. You really think some cloud gaming shit is about to happen on that bullshit? Nah, bro. I'm good. I'm not even gonna waste my time. Like, I stream it to my phone before I will ever stream it to a fucking
You put it on your flip phone, man.
I will put it on my flip phone. I put it on my old Nextel with the big ass Zach Morris phone. I put it on that shit. They ain't even got a screen. I put it on that shit before I ever try to stream it to a Nintendo device.
Hey man, it kills me how Digital Foundry just hypes up the Switch when they do a video. It's amazing how this small platform can just run 480p. It's 12 frames per second.
It's amazing. Yeah.
It's amazing what they were able to squeeze into this sorry piece of shit hardware.
Switch has you got Switch dudes hyping up Dragon Ball Z Fighters like it's a brand new game and shit.
Oh yeah, Diablo 3 too. Ain't that game like 6 years old?
Yeah, Diablo 3 too.
Yeah, play this old ass game with our gimmick, Nintendo.
The crazy shit about the DRM shit is, man, is like they're implementing DRM that you got to check in every 7 days on a fucking portable unit.
That's crazy. Now our line's so fucked up. What if it's down for 7 days? You still gonna lose
exactly. Xbox damn near died for that same exact reason, and nobody said shit about it. That's crazy.
There's so much wrong with it, man. There's so much wrong with it.
Nintendo, you got to do better than this. You're gonna lose a lot of potential people with this, and I hope you do.
They ain't gonna lose on the team.
No, they're not. Because you know why? Because I truly believe. I mean, I can't speak 100%. I don't know 100% fact for this, but honestly, man, I think the percentage of people who only own a Switch is very low. Like, that's your only console. So I think people will be a little more, forgiving, because if it fits their secondary console, it's not a big deal. They'll still buy their multiplats on Xbox, PS4. They'll still play all their online games on PS4 or Xbox, PS4, PC, whatever. So I think they'll be a lot more forgiving with this service, because I think Matt said this. It's like a side bitch console,
Yep. Side bitch. It is. It's always gonna be the side chick. They don't give a damn. It's the side bitch.
But they don't want to be anything more than that.
Right? They don't, and that's what I said. Nintendo is okay being the and. They're okay being you're never gonna leave your wife, but you gonna give me the illusion that I might. Like, they that chick, and they okay with that. They always gonna be that, bruh, and it's not gonna change. Nintendo don't give a fuck, because people still gonna buy their shit. They still gonna throw them some Fendi every now and then. It's like, that's what's gonna happen. It's what it is. Like, they gonna buy the occasional Diablo, and they gonna buy the Wolfenstein at 360p, and they're gonna be like, you know what? It's all right.
Super Mario Party, Super Smash Bros. Bayonetta 3, Metro Prime 4.
They gave some Firehead that one time with Zelda. So now she can get something. She might be able to get something now, because you gave me that Firehead that one time. Like, that's how Nintendo is, and they get away with that shit. That shit's not gonna change no time soon.
Well, it's a damn shame, but it is what it is. All right, people. What I was good discussion. I hope Nintendo's listening. I mean, they don't give, like y'all said, they don't give a fuck. But, maybe you'll listen. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Reggie Steves and me. All right. With that being said, it was a great show. I want to thank everybody for coming by. First off, my man, the real Maslin, my man Jay got him, and my man Noah. Damn, Noah just bailed. Okay, all right, Noah. But the cast of Mr. Parker's a dumbass. The star didn't show up. He's still clicking on his SSI account, thinking that he's in the Hangouts, but hopefully he'll join us the next time we have everybody on. And my man Jay Wags 412. Dropping that knowledge on the Nintendo fuckery. You know what I'm saying? Check out his channel. Subscribe to everybody's channel here, please. You know what I'm saying? Thank you. You know what I'm saying? Show some love. With all that being said. And to my co-host, my man Dirk Griggity. What's up, Dirk? Co-host.
Yeah. Great show, man. It was a lot of fun, man, to see my man Jay Wags. Hey, you know what? I got love for Wags. Wags was the first dude that ever asked me to be on the podcast. So I always have loyalty for him for that.
That's right. I'm like Birdman.
So I got love for my man Jay Wise, man. Thanks for coming.
Hey, real quick, a shameless plug, real quick. Tomorrow is a return to the Free to Play podcast.
Word up.
It's been an 8-month hiatus.
Anybody on this panel is invited. I'm letting you know now. There is going tomorrow, 7:30. We'll have the usual cast on there. I think Voice and all are going to come through. But anybody wants to come through, just let me know.
I'll be there, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good shit.
What time is it? What time is it at tomorrow?
7:30. EST.
I think I can do it.
All right, Mass. When's the next Mr. Parker, bro?
Next Mr. Parker is this Friday. We were supposed to have one last Friday, but Parker at 6:30. The goddamn show is at 7. Talk about I ain't gonna make it. What?
Bro, where the fuck has he been at? Like, this dude,
who the fuck knows? He's been lost in his own house. Like,
he's lost in his own kitchen and shit.
I don't know why y'all assume that this
check that shit out, man.
As he is, bro. It's fun, and literally, it sprouted from Parker is stupid, and he says dumb shit on Twitter all the time. He's in our DM saying dumb shit, and I was like, you know what? I had just got out of my car accident. I was high as hell, and I was like, I don't feel like typing, but we gonna have a show. And here we are, 7 to 8 episodes later, and Parker shows up for every one.
The show is called Mr. Parker's a Dumbass.
And it's called Mr. Parker's a Dumbass. He show up for every show.
Hey, real quick, is there a PlayStation show tonight, or like at midnight or some shit?
I don't know.
For TGS?
TGS? Okay, all right.
I saw some Dante's Like some Devil May Cry shit been popping up.
I saw somebody post something about it.
Oh, Tokyo Game Show?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what's up. Oh, okay. All right.
Hey, man, did you hear like Devil May Cry 5 is native 4K 60 frames per second on that? This is the father did that shit.
Bro. Devil May Cry, man, that's one of my I never liked any of the other games, but I can't wait to get that shit.
I heard Arkham Knight was supposed to be that way too.
Shit, there you go. Damn it, Wags, there you go with your shit.
Wags. You know how to kill the high, man. You know how to kill the
Yeah, man, I'm high right now. You telling me that shit, man. I'm about to go to bed and shit.
Peace out to everybody, yeah, and my other co-host, TRS. Usual, the Destiny bot, you know what I'm saying? Check out
Destiny
his
bot.
becoming channel. We're gonna get that together and check out my man Dirk Griggity dropping the videos. You know what I'm saying? We got something planned for Dirk Griggity. You know, more news coming on that, definitely. And check out more about ScramPunks and all the contributors at the PNTSnetwork.com. PNTSnetwork.com. But thank you, everybody. Everybody in the chat, let me read it off. My man, Mr. Righteous Fish, Philosopher Dude, late as hell as always. Talking about asinine, making fun of Baron. You know what I'm saying? Who else we got up in here? We got Top Dog with his crazy ass. My man Cyrus Burke. And I believe that is it. So I appreciate everybody for dropping through. You know, why is 2K Gaming? Your ass better be in bed. All right. So that's it, everybody. Peace out. And you have a wonderful, wonderful gaming day.
Peace.
Peace.